Hi everybody, welcome back to 5 Minutes in History from the pages of the Sutton Siding. This is episode 9, and for those of you who've been around a long time, you know that spring means the Coal Miners' Ball in Sutton. The very first Coal Miners' Ball happened in 1987, and I found an article in the Sutton Siding from March 27th of 1987 about the very first Coal Miners' Ball. Alpine Inn rocks to the coal miners' beat. Those of you who didn't happen to be at the Alpine Inn on Saturday night, March 21st, missed one of the very best parties this community has ever seen. With over 200 people in attendance, the first annual Coal Miners' Ball was deemed a tremendous success by the joint sponsors, the Alpine Historical Society and the Alpine Civic Club, and most importantly, by those who were present. The program included entertainment, such as can-can dancing by the Borealis dancers, music by the Greatland Band, which got old-timers and new-timers alike on the dance floor, kicking up their heels, and a delicious array of meat pasties, traditional miners' victuals. But the highlight of the evening was the welcoming monologue by Sally Weiland, previous owner of the Alpine Inn, in which she recounted past days in the lives of former community residents. After recalling such historic events as when the first TV came to the area, Ma Johnson had it up at his place in Eska, Sally proceeded to the main purpose for holding the Coal Miners' Ball, and that was to inaugurate the Alpine Historical Society's Old Timers Hall of Fame, with the induction of the first 10 members, all former coal miners at the Eska, Jonesville, and Merak mines. The miners honored that evening were George Ma Johnson, Eno Kwapala, Jim Harris, Bill Herman, Primo Tirapelli, Ernest Utt, Walt Mayer, Charles Shaver, Bernard Swoboda, and Emil Stadler. These men all took their turn in the spotlight, receiving their certificate from Sally, along with a truly heartfelt round of applause from the audience. When asked how it felt to be inducted into the Coal Miners' Hall of Fame, each miner had something different to say. From Ma Johnson's comment that if you stick around long enough, that's what happens to you, to Emil Stadler's makes me feel old. But perhaps the feelings of all the miners and old-timers present was summed up best by Walt Mayer, who felt it was quite an unexpected honor, and went on to add that it was one of the best times he'd had for years, for I've seen guys here I hadn't seen in years. The ball was a theme costume event, and there were plenty of miners' wives, and dance hall girls mingling through the crowd. The winners of the contest for the costumes were Walt Mayer in the Mine Boss competition, Keturah Overby as the miner's wife, Rita Bennett as the dance hall girl, and Larry Lepinen won the minor category. Along with prizes given for best costumes, 3 grand prize door prizes were given. Dick Cottle won a Mount McKinley train trip for 2. Diane Priest won a Columbia Glacier cruise for 2. And Michelle Clark won a Lions Head River raft trip for 2, donated by Nova River Runners. Finally, before the crowd settled down to an evening of dancing, one final event took place that had the attendants packing the area around the stage for a better view, the auctioning off of the satin and lace trim garters worn by the Borealis dancers. The funds raised from the auction go to the Historical Society. Lloyd Lawton contributed pictures from the old days of mining here, and there was much speculation from observers as to who was who then and now. Among the miners themselves was to be heard comments like, "Remember me?" from 20 and 30 years ago? And perhaps that was the best reason to have had the ball, to once more bring together those miners and their wives who have lived here during the mining days, who shared so much together and had so much catching up to do. They obviously enjoyed themselves, as did all of those who were privileged to overhear their reminiscences. And that's it for another episode from 5 Minutes in History from the pages of the Sutton Siding. We'll see you soon. Bye.